On this week's episode of The Cultured Gamer, we talk about the return of BlizzCon, new Nvidia cards for PC as well as Xbox, shipping new games over to Nvidia platforms. We talk about the AEW Fight Forever leaks. We talk about the PlayStation Showcase confirmation and the reveal of Mortal Kombat 1. Stick around. Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of The Cultured Gamer. I am your host, Jason Carmona. Thank you for joining me once again this episode and previous episodes. Deeply appreciate your support. Let's jump right into the news today because we have a lot to talk about. So, after 4 years of gathering online, adventuring through Azeroth, teaming up on Overwatch and traversing the fields of Sanctuary, BlizzCon is returning to Anaheim Convention Center on November 3rd through 4th. Players of various Blizzard games can gather and cosplay to their heart's content while testing the new wares and expansions to their latest games, their favorite games from Blizzard. They can spend the week in Anaheim, enjoy the suns. If you're not from, California, Anaheim is a little bit nicer of an area than LA, although it is decreasing in quality more and more and more. Definitely should check that out if you're into the BlizzCon scene. Our next story today, Nvidia announces RTX 4060 Ti graphics cards in both 8 gigabyte and 6 gig variations. The new cards, the 460 Ti, is currently priced at $399 for 8 gigs. The 16 gig, is scheduled to be priced at $499, while the 460 is going to be priced at an entry level of $299. Here are the specs currently that are available for each graphics card. As you can tell, the price varies. The 460 right now has a price TBA. It is expected, like I mentioned, to be $299. All three models ought to offer a reasonable boost in performance over their predecessors while adding the while adding DLSS three frame generation, which is perhaps more impactful on mid-range hardware than it is on the likes of the 4090. Definitely will need these cards to play some of the newer games like The Last of Us and some of the more recent PlayStation ports heading over to PC. A lot of the current iterations of graphic cards have a lot of issues and would definitely recommend you upgrade if you're a hardcore PC gamer. Microsoft and Nvidia are combining forces with a previous agreement to bring more games over. This is Xbox's pact uh, from its attempt to purchase Activision Blizzard to spread more of their games across a broader streaming across broader streaming platforms, making games readily available. Today, they have announced that NVIDIA GeForce Now cloud gaming members in the UK, US, and European Union and around the world can stream Gears 5 on May 25th and will be able to enjoy fan favorites Deathloop, Grounded, and Pentiment, all from the Xbox catalog. This is just the beginning stage of their forward-thinking 10-year partnership with NVIDIA to make PC games from Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda available on GeForce Now platforms. In an attempt to accelerate players worldwide around the globe by letting them choose how and when they play their games. I think this is a great initiative, especially with Microsoft attempting to purchase Activision and cool over all the regulators and legislators that have their hands in the pie too and want to make sure that everything's being done legit and that they're not you know, doing their part to create an evil empire monopoly, and making sure that, you know, of all the concerns, it looks like cloud gaming is the biggest, and it's definitely not a huge sector in comparison to the money that Call of Duty brings in, but they see it as the future of gaming. Uh, Seems to be heading in the route of cloud gaming, whether most of us like it or not. They're phasing out retail, and I know Ernest would be upset with that. And uh, you know, that's just the way that companies want to ship it forward. Uh, there's less money that's needed for distribution, you know, creating hard goods. So there are automatically, you know, switching to digital right now. That's the big push. And eventually, with especially with Game Pass, you see a lot of the games that are available digitally to stream. Those games are going to be available to, you know, download and play off of a Roku eventually, if the Roku is strong enough, you know, off of a Google Play Chrome stick. That's the intent. That's where they want to take this. They want to become the Netflix of gaming, Xbox does. So uh, this is a step in the right direction, allowing themselves to become more friendly with what would initially be thought as competitors in the space. Now, with, you know, regulators involved, they're having to buddy up and share with as many streaming spaces as possible, just so, you know, they can appease regulators and offer a clean slate as to who gets to play what and where they get to play, and create an entry level that is so minimal. Like, you don't have to buy the 500 $600 box anymore to play the latest Call of Duty. You just can use your Roku device, or like I mentioned, or a smaller chipset that uh that enables streaming at a sufficient rate, so to you know, at a speed enough where you're not experiencing any lag or drawback, or, you know, ping issues uh, concerning your internet. That's a big issue with streaming right now, is that, you know, even if you do it now and you have top of the line hardware, PC, uh, Xbox Series X, PS5, they have streaming available on their platforms with Xbox Game Pass Plus, or Ultimate, I'm sorry. PlayStation Plus also has streaming opportunities as well if you buy into their $15 premium tier. And that allows for streaming of classic games like PlayStation 3, and select uh, backwards compatible games as well. So the streaming is definitely not there yet, and it hasn't been on PlayStation for a really long time. Xbox definitely wants to accelerate that genre of platform, and with Nvidia Shield, I feel like this could be a step in the proper acceleration. They do have a current streaming platform, NVIDIA, with GeForce Now. I've used it. I have an NVIDIA Shield TV deck device right here, back here. You probably can't see it because the camera's covering it. But oh, here's the controller right here. See, so I have an NVIDIA Shield. And yeah, so it's Android TV based. Basically, you know, you can stream all your games. Nvidia Shield platform, streaming game now, and there's this Nvidia Shield platform that literally pops up right here, and I could stream all these games. So you could even see right here in the menu, my light's kind of reflecting it, but Gears is already available. How quick that was. So they just announced that, and it's already online, ready to stream. I could probably pop into Gears right now and play it. Very easy. Look, right there. Gears, readily available. That's amazing. You can't say that that's not impressive, to be able to access, you know, a 50 to $60 game in a matter of seconds anywhere in the world. That is very impressive. There's obviously going to be issues like playing a game of that quality on a small, screen like your phone and whatnot. Quality degrades, and obviously, if you're streaming on the go, you're going to need more than a reliable internet connection to stream it at a quality that's consistent and playable. And then on top of that, we're talking about the lag of the controls themselves. How long does it take to press A for the game to process that button press? Um, that's all considered. Even in emulation, that's a concern with lag, and the speed it takes for the button press to process into the action on screen. So a major concern with this deal is that we're going to see high quality games probably in their lowest quality factor as of right now, because they're going to have to stream. You're going to have like T1, T3, maybe plus internet connection, fiber, top of the line internet connection to even play these games in a manner that would even be moderately acceptable. Um, but yeah, more power to them. Members will be able to stream PC hits from Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda's purchased through Steam or Epic Game Studios for eligible games on PC, Mac, Shield TV, and Android devices, or by visiting play.geforcenow.com on Chromebook or and iOS Safari. Looks like to be the first in the line of a long partnership of games that are set to be coming from Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda, as well as Activision. Again, Gears 5, Deathloop, Grounded, and Pentiment are now available on Nvidia GeForce Now cloud gaming platforms. So definitely check those out if you have access to that as well. So our next bit of news is a leak that recently dropped. The AEW Fight Forever is being developed by Ukes, who is most famously known for some of the earlier SmackDown games on PS1, as well as the Nintendo 64 wrestling games. No Mercy, uh, WrestleMania 2000. Those were all developed by Ukes. Uh, and our fan favorites. So AEW enlisted Ukes to develop their upcoming wrestling game, Fight Forever. And this game has been in development for a really, really, really long time. Probably almost since the inception of the company itself, shortly after they announced that they would be releasing a game. This was about maybe 4.5 years ago at this point. And uh just now we are getting a look at the leaked achievements for this game. The fact that they have achievements programmed into their database now for this game definitely shows a strong sign of faith that this game is nearly complete and finally ready to ship, hopefully by year's end, if not sooner. The fact that we're seeing the achievements on the Xbox database this early may even mean that we may get a surprise shadow drop, at least on Xbox first. I'm predicting we might even see a day one drop on Xbox Game Pass. Don't quote me on that. I'm just assuming at this point that this game would be a strong candidate for success on Xbox Game Pass. A lot of people who have Game Pass on Xbox can, then take advantage, be the first pseudo beta testers for the game once it's released on Xbox. And then once retail copies come out, they can iron out the kinks and have a day one update for those retail copies. But looking at the achievements here, we do see some for first win. Defeat a computer opponent for the first time in exhibition. We have one for off the guardrail, which is using the guardrail dive offensive skill, land 3 dives from the guardrail in a match. There's a nice catch achievement using the anti-air defense skill, catch a dive attack, as well as the smooth footwork achievement. The entire list is on True Achievements. Definitely recommend you check it out. And definitely get hyped for this game, because if you were a fan of if you remember or played the Nintendo 64 wrestling games of old by Ukes, the No Mercies, the 2000 WrestleMania title, you know that this game has a lot going for it, and a lot of potential when compared to the WWE 2K games. Uh, definitely looking forward to this title. We also, sticking around in AEW Fight Forever news, um, footage and a picture of CM Punk has leaked. Oh, I don't have that picture up. I do have the video though. Let me upload that real quick. So it's a quick video. It's not very long.
Making his way to the ring, CM Punk.
So CM Punk has been MIA in AEW for the last couple of months. There's a lot of controversy around CM Punk right now, as he is both injured and rumored to be suspended from a fight that took place at a pay-per-view about a half a year back, and he was subsequently removed from the AEW Fight Forever artwork. Um, there had been no word if he was going to be included in the game or not. There's rumor at this moment of a return back to AEW. And with this leak, it looks like that he is going to be featured in the game. We could show that footage again real quick.
Making his way to the ring, CM Punk.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to this game. Getting a lot of No Mercy N64 vibes, and I'm hoping that it comes out for Game Pass day one. That would be great, as I'm a member of Game Pass, and that would be a nice little perk to take advantage of. So definitely looking forward to that game as well. So, the next bit of news is the confirmation of the PlayStation Showcase. So, we talked about this last week. There was a rumor that had dropped that uh, they may be announcing within the next week or two that the PlayStation Showcase would be dropping on the week of May 22nd. Uh, Moments later, it was actually confirmed after we had dropped that podcast that PlayStation confirmed their showcase for the 24th of May. The show will broadcast at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and is definitely going to be a show that you want to watch. This looks like it's going to be the show that is in lieu of their big E3 annual showcase. Uh, the This reads as follows from the official PlayStation blog. It's almost time to see what's next. PlayStation Showcase broadcasts live next Wednesday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. The show will run a bit over an hour, focusing on PS5 and PlayStation VR2 games in development from top studios from around the world. Expect a glimpse at several new creations from PlayStation Studios, as well as spellbinding games from our third-party partners and indie creators. The live broadcast starts next Wednesday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. British time on YouTube and Twitch. Hope to see you there. So, a lot of rumors are spreading around about this particular showcase, uh, sitting at an hour long. You know that they're going to be showing off a lot of games that are coming out in the next year or so. It's really painful that a lot of these companies are switching from the E3 formula to the digital showcase. I think there's a lot lost by not having the media and press all in one spot. This is not the first year that Sony's done this. They did this last year, and they did it during the pandemic as well. Really, 2019 was kind of the start of them leaving E3 and doing these digital showcases. They still garner a lot of press, but there's a certain level of hype that's missing from not gathering in one location and having everybody talking about it and tweeting from location, showing off games from their own perspective, and just sharing videos of the booths and whatnot. There's a lot lost in that. With the showcase though, I do think that we are going to see a lot of the big rumored games that have been rumored for months be revealed. We could probably look forward to something new from Konami and Silent Hill. There's been a lot of rumors that PlayStation has signed exclusive deals with Konami to feature Metal Gear and Castlevania predominantly on their platform. So it looks like that might be some potential titles that may be announced. I'm hoping for a new entry in the Jack and Daxter series. We haven't had a mainstream title in the Jack and Daxter franchise in a really long time, especially with Naughty Dog being really busy with The Last of Us. They went on work on The Last of Us 1 straight into 2, and then the TV show and The Last of Us Part 1, the remake on PS5. So I really feel like it would be a nice change up for them to dedicate a team to go back and revisit that franchise. It's very kid friendly. It'll add, you know, it'll add to their catalog to have more kid friendly titles. Have a team that works on The Last of Us and have a team that works on their flagship family franchise, Jack and Daxter. And I think it's time. It's been a long time since we've had a Jack and Daxter game. I think the PS2 games were the last time that we had a serious crack at that franchise, minus a PSP game, I think. And bring back Jack and Daxter. It's time. That's a game that should be announced. Sly Cooper is another one. That's another family-friendly game, and it's aimed more towards kids with the cell shading. They should bring back Sly Cooper. Twisted Metal looks like it's a strong candidate for a new game, especially with the series coming this summer. That should be coming very soon. They may even announce a new God of War if they're already working on one that quickly. I would think that they would want to give it a little bit more breathing room. The last one just came out recently last year, so you would think that they would want to milk that one for a little bit longer. But who knows? Metal Gear, mentioning that again, is one that I'm really looking forward to, because there's a lot of rumor that that one is going to be a reboot of, or a remake, I should say, of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which is personally my favorite. That's the one where they go back in time a little bit, not time travel, but it's like a flashback game. And you play as the original Snake, Big Boss, on his first major adventure, the adventure that gives him his namesake later in the games as Big Boss. So this is the original Snake, and he's lost in the jungle, and he's left with limited supplies and his wits to survive as he infiltrates a Soviet base to stop nuclear holocaust. So this is one of my favorite games of all time. And the fact that there's rumor of a remake has me extremely giddy. People know that Metal Gear Solid was brought over to Xbox 360 and Series X as backwards compatible via the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which unfortunately doesn't have a port on PS4. So that would be another big drop too for the PlayStation Showcases, would be that they're porting all these older versions of Metal Gear onto the PlayStation platform via 4 and 5. Um, that would be a big get. And if they make it part of their PlayStation Plus catalog of backwards compatible games, I think that's just a stronger lure to bring in more gamers into that subscription space if they make those games backwards compatible. I also hope that they announce that they figured out a way to port some of these PS3 games, these more popular PS3 games, in a more digital fashion instead of streaming. As we mentioned earlier with the Nvidia GeForce platforms, streaming isn't really all there yet. And the fact that we're streaming something as complicated as PS3 games, um, the connections aren't there for everybody yet. And so we need to find a solution that doesn't make the brand look inferior. When you play a streaming game, it hampers the brand if it doesn't live up to the quality that is expected. When you see pixelations, pop-ups, jitteries, that kills you. That kills your experience, and it takes you out of the moment of playing the game itself. So uh, those are things that need to be fixed in streaming. They need to find a permanent solution or a catch or something where certain uh, loads of data are loaded and streamed, and then they're played perfectly. Like there's no hitch, there's no hiccup, there's no degradation in visual quality, there's no grain, there's no nothing. It looks like the game as if you would have paid for it retail. That's what we need. So it's not there yet, but I'm hoping that with this new showcase, it definitely doesn't need to be all of them, but at least a select handful of titles, make them available digitally to download instead of offering only the streaming. Metal Gear Solid 4 has been locked on PS3 for decades. That game deserves at least a digital re-release that is native to PS4 and PS5. Um, I know that there's going to be some hardware complications. Maybe they'll have to find a way to emulate the game on that hardware. Uh, but they've got to find a way to emulate these games to a way that's playable via digital means. The streaming is not working. We've got to ditch the streaming. So I'm hoping for the PlayStation Showcase, Sony announces a digital download solution for the PS3 games on their PlayStation Plus platform. What else can we expect from the PlayStation Showcase? Killzone. I think that it's time for a new Killzone. We haven't had a proper Killzone iteration, new iteration of Killzone since the last one, which was a launch title for PS4 back when it shipped back in 2013, 14, I think. So that game is way overdue for a new edition in their franchise to drop. I expect a new Killzone. Um, what else? What other franchises have been dormant? uh, you know, I expect them to offer the goods, and that an hour they have enough time. And I hope it's just not a VR showcase where they spend half their time on VR. Obviously, there's got to be a big push for VR because that's a platform that they've spent a lot of money on, a lot of research and development on, and they need to make their money back on that as a platform, definitely. But I hope that they don't spend like 30 minutes on VR Plus or VR2. Uh, it's not a platform that people are going to spend $500 on. That needs a price drop, which I also expect to happen during the PlayStation showcase. Now that it's going to be available at retail, it should have a price drop. It should be at least $100 cheaper. At least 150 cheaper would be great, and that would mark it down to 330 or 350. And at that point, it should probably be a lot more accessible to people who have already spent $500, 550, 400 on a PlayStation 5. Because right now they're marked at, I think, 500, 550, $550. That's a lot of money. And you can't expect someone to drop another $550 after they've just spent $550 on their PlayStation, and then they got to go buy games for that too. So yeah, I'm hoping for a price drop on PSVR 2. We'll see what happens with the showcase. We'll definitely do a show afterwards and talk about all the goodies that they announce. Our next story is the title story for today, our last story. Mortal Kombat 12 was confirmed today. This morning at 6 p.m. Pacific, the latest trailer for Mortal Kombat dropped. It is officially titled Mortal Kombat 1. And we're going to play a portion of the trailer real quick. We're not going to play the full trailer due to the nature of the violence, obviously, but we will play a portion and you can watch the full trailer later on your own time and means. So let's play this here.
It is time. Time to wake up to a new reality. To a blank canvas that I have painted in with warmth and peace. In my new era, the choice is yours. Whether to live in quiet serenity or bloody strife. To dwell in joyous prosperity or bitter rivalry. You can face each other as sworn enemies, or united as brothers. But a storm is brewing, and soon you will discover that even in this new era, one constant remains. There is always something worth fighting for.
So that's a little bit of the Mortal Kombat trailer. Available. If you go to the website mortalkombat.com, it's also been updated and offers a little bit of information about the game that the trailer doesn't elaborate on. We can see here that the discover a new reborn Mortal Kombat universe created by the fire god Liu Kang. So this is obviously a spoiler if you haven't played Mortal Kombat 12 yet. Mortal Kombat 12 has additional campaign DLC called Aftermath, where you play as Shang Tsung after Liu Kang tries to attempt to secure the broken hourglass of time. So basically, a double cross ensues, and Shang Tsung reverts to his old ways and tries to double cross Liu Kang. So at the end of the game, you kind of come across an Injustice 2 scenario. Spoiler if you haven't beaten Injustice 2 either. You get to choose which ending you prefer. There's a good ending where you play as Liu Kang, and there is an evil ending where you play as Shang Tsung. So the game kind of leaves it a little vague as to which one is the proper ending. But as you see as this trailer, the proper ending is obviously the Liu Kang ending. So Liu Kang reboots the universe. And it looks like he switches places with Raiden. Raiden looks, by the looks of the trailer, looks like Raiden is now among the mortals, and Liu Kang is taking his place as the Elder God Protector of Earth. You can expect, obviously, an immersive story campaign, much like Mortal Kombat 11 did. Looking forward to that as well. The next portion that's kind of interesting is the fact that there will be cameo fighters. What are cameo fighters? So choose a unique roster of cameo fighting partners to assist you in battle. This was teased in the trailer as well. So in the trailer, it teases, if you paid attention, how you can have bitter rivalries, or you can become allies. So, and there's plenty of moments where there are two warriors standing together, Scorpion and Sub-Zero seen standing together. And also in the grass fields, we see Kung Lao and Raiden standing together. So this is going to be a function in the game that is much similar to that of Marvel versus Capcom, where or Tekken Tag, if you're familiar with that, where you can push a select combination of buttons or similar, and your assist partner will run in and delegate an attack that will do extended damage. So if you're in the middle of a combo, you can uh, press a certain button set, and your assist character or tag partner will run out for an additional attack to inflict more damage on the opponent. So and then he pops back out, and then you're still playing as the character that you were playing as before. So it looks like Mortal Kombat 1 will be implementing a feature similar to this. That'll be very interesting as well. There is a lengthy facts that we're going to go over real quick uh, and relates to this game. And before we do that, we want to confirm the characters that we know are in the game so far. So, according to the facts and the trailer that we just saw, confirmed combatants include Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Katana, Melina, Shang Tsung, and Johnny Cage, which we're going to talk about in a moment. The game also includes rollback netcode, which is going to be very popular for the combatants who love to play online, as rollback netcode allows for quick and steady connections to all gamers, and definitely going to be a a feature that is going to be very sought after and appreciated amongst the online gamers. So let's read into this facts a little bit. What type of game is Mortal Kombat 1? Obviously, Mortal Kombat 1 is the latest title in the acclaimed Mortal Kombat franchise, developed by award-winning studio NetherRealm Studios. The game will introduce a reborn Mortal Kombat universe that is created by the fire god Liu Kang, featuring reimagined characters as they've never been seen before, along with a new fighting system, game modes, bone crushing fatality moves, and more. Some of those fatalities are in the extended version of the trailer we showed today. Definitely go on YouTube and Twitter and seek it if you would like to check those out. Who's developing Mortal Kombat? Obviously, we know this one. All versions of Mortal Kombat 1 are being built by NetherRealm Studios. Technology, with oversight by NetherRealm. The NetherRealm team is developing the PS5 and Xbox versions of the game. This is interesting right here. Hulock is developing the Steam and Epic versions of the game. Shiver Entertainment and Saber Interactive are developing the Nintendo Switch version of the game. So that's even interesting that this game is coming out on Nintendo Switch, because uh, as anybody who's played Mortal Kombat 11 on Nintendo Switch knows, is that it holds up from a gameplay perspective, but the visuals are far inferior compared to their PS4 counterparts. It does look a bit grainy, and when I say a bit, I'm being nice. It looks atrocious, but it is playable. So it looks like they're kind of going for the same aim here. Going to be interesting to see actual gameplay footage and to see how that plays out. Warner Brothers Games is publishing Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1 is scheduled for a worldwide release on September 19th, 2023. Mortal Kombat 1 will be accessible for early access to players who purchase Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition or Mortal Kombat 1 Collector's Edition, and will have access to the game beginning September 14th. Again, we mentioned Mortal Kombat 1 is available on the Nintendo Switch platforms: PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. Let's see. So also, we see this one right here, and it does ask uh, about the extended editions. So, or I'm sorry, the collector's editions per se. So let's go back into this. The Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition will be available physically and digitally for $109. So if you download the digital premium edition, you're not getting all the cool physical stuff that comes with the game if you were to pay for it retail. So all the cool case that it's going to come with, it's probably going to come with the steelbook of some sort, probably maybe even some sort of physical collectible that's going to be inside the game. It doesn't come with it when you come with the digital. So just keep that in mind when you pay the same price for a digital versus the actual hard physical copy. Let's proceed. Premium edition is available physically and digital for 110 on PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, PC, Steam, and Epic Games Store. Will include all the standard edition content along with the Combat Pass, which we'll get into in a little bit. Early access to the game starts September 14th, as well as 1,250 Dragon Crystals, which is in-game currency. The Combat Pack will feature a Johnny Cage character skin. So there it confirms that Johnny Cage is in the game with the likeness of famed actor and martial artist Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is going to be available at launch. Early access to 6 new playable characters available post-launch, and 5 new cameo fighters available post-launch. So this is interesting because Jean-Claude Van Damme was scheduled to be in Mortal Kombat. The game was initially a blood sport themed game. Before it was titled Mortal Kombat, Jean-Claude was supposed to be in the game. His character was transformed into the Johnny Cage character, and there we have it. So now it's kind of coming full circle. Johnny Cage now entering the Mortal Kombat universe as a playable version of Johnny Cage. The Mortal Kombat 1 Collector's Edition will be available at select retailers, so probably GameStop, for $249.49. So $250 for PS5 and Xbox Series X only, and will include all premium edition content and early access, along with a 6.5-inch Liu Kang sculpture designed by Course and an inspired Liu Kang in-game character skin. 3 exclusive art prints, a steel case, so there's a steel case, it's in the collector's edition, and 1,450 additional dragon crystals. So you get 2,700 total. So I think it's kind of, I think they should include the steel case in the premium edition, um, unless it's just going to come with different artwork and a thicker case. It's going to be and a box. Maybe it comes in a box, like a cardboard box or something. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what the sculpture looks like. They haven't released that, I don't think. I haven't seen it as of this broadcast. Will there be opportunities to play Mortal Kombat 1 before release? People who pre-order the game on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S or X will receive access to the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, which will be available in August 2023. So there we go right there. Mortal Kombat beta is coming in August. So be ready for that pre-order. Characters will be available, as we mentioned. Liu Kang, Scorpion, Johnny Cage, Katana, Kung Lao, Melina, Ching Sheng, and more. The last page of the facts. Cameo fighters are unique. So it says right here, cameo fighters are a unique roster of partner characters to assist during matches, creating expanded gameplay possibilities for players. These characters are chosen separately from the main roster of characters. What types of modes will Mortal Kombat have? NetherRealm's genre-defining story mode returns. Oh, that's awesome. That's great news. With a brand new thematic narrative featuring unexpected twists on classic rivalries and original backstories for the wide-ranging cast of legendary fighters. More details of online and offline modes are coming soon. Is an internet connection required to play Mortal Kombat 1? And they confirm an internet connection is not required to play Mortal Kombat 1, although players will need a connection to the internet to experience certain modes and features. That goes without saying. You can expect if you want your game to be updated regularly and get all the patches and play as optimal as it's supposed to, you're going to want an internet connection. That should be non-negotiable. is a PlayStation Plus subscription, Xbox Live Gold membership, or Nintendo Switch online membership required to play Mortal Kombat Plus or Mortal Kombat. Why do I keep saying Mortal Kombat Plus? Mortal Kombat 1. So a PlayStation Plus subscription, Xbox Live Gold, or Nintendo Switch online membership will not be required to play Mortal Kombat 1 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, or Nintendo Switch consoles. However, a PlayStation Plus subscription, membership will be required if you want to play online membership. So if you want to play online multiplayer, you're going to need a membership. If you want to just play the single player, you're not going to need it, without having to read off all of those different memberships again. Will Mortal Kombat 1 have cross-play and cross-progression? We plan to add cross-play or cross-progression support post-launch. That's interesting. So what that basically means is, one, we're looking at Mortal Kombat supporting online multiplayer for across all the platforms that it's available. So if I have PS5 and my friend Chuck has Xbox Series X and he's got Mortal Kombat 1, we can fight each other. There's no boundary that would keep us other than the platform. But apparently it looks like Warner Brothers is going to pay the fine that is required to allow that to, proceed. And we're going to have cross platform. So if I want to play as Scorpion on PlayStation 5, Chuck can play as Sub-Zero on Xbox, and we can game and we could still play each other. The console is no longer the barrier anymore. It's just the game itself. And that's how it should be. That's how it is on PC. If you buy a Lenovo laptop and I buy a souped up personalized computer, no brand name, that doesn't keep us from not playing games. It shouldn't be the same way on consoles. So them announcing that it's going to have crossplay is amazing. I don't know if they didn't say it's going to have it at launch. So I don't know if that's a feature to get too excited for just yet. They could be just blowing smoke, pun intended. And so that could be a feature that doesn't come at launch. The more curious is cross progression. So what that means is that if I start my game on PlayStation, I can go to Chuck's on Xbox and with my Warner Brothers account or login or however they're going to do it, log into Mortal Kombat, and the game knows that login information and completion status, and I can continue where I left off on PlayStation at Chuck's on his Xbox. That would be amazing. I think more games need that. Any game that's multi-platform should have cross progression. I think we're starting to slowly see that a little bit more. We have that with Call of Duty. I know there's a little bit of that in Call of Duty, and I know there's a little bit in Grand Theft Auto 5. So hopefully more games take advantage of that, and we start seeing a push for cross progression. And as they mentioned before, underneath, will Mortal Kombat 1 have rollback netcode? Yes, Mortal Kombat 1 will have rollback netcode to support online gameplay. That's going to be great because, as I mentioned, the online fighting game community loves rollback netcode. It offers a reliable, steady gameplay flow, less dropped signals in the game, less stuttering, less gameplay hiccups, less lag, a lot less lag. So definitely looking forward to everything Mortal Kombat 1 has to offer so far. Hopefully next week with the PlayStation Showcase and the subsequent Xbox Showcase to follow the week after, we start seeing some gameplay from Mortal Kombat 11. Definitely looking like the year of the fighting game, with Street Fighter 6 dropping in a matter of weeks, Tekken 8 dropping this year, and now Mortal Kombat 11. They definitely all drop usually around the same time. Once another studio knows that a fighting game's coming out, they tend to kind of start getting their gears in motion and start creating their own version to compete. So it looks like it's going to be a good year for fighting games. So that's going to be our show for today. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one, guys. Go ahead and visit us on patreon.com/cultured nerd. Look for this show's tier as well as all the other shows you can support. You can also watch all our shows on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the cultured nerd. I want to thank all our Patreon supporters. Your support means a lot to us. I want to apologize to Ernest. We didn't have time to have him on the show today. Our schedules didn't jive, unfortunately, again this week, but we will get him back. He is the permanent co-host, I promise. And we are going to get him back. I'm in the middle of a move right now, so our time isn't really jiving and gelling. But once we get all settled with the new place, we will definitely have him featured more often. Thank you to Jose Navarro for creating the logo. You can visit him at Navarro and Jose M. And a special shout out to Michael Melillo for creating the intro graphic that we have at the beginning of the show. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining us today. Click the thumbs up if you like this episode. Go ahead and click subscribe if you want to watch more episodes of this show or any of the Cultured Nerd shows on our YouTube channel. Also, if you got a QR code, go ahead and scan that little icon on the bottom. It'll take you to the website and you'll get more tidbits, news, information on all things video games, nerd culture, movies, TV, comics, more. And again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your support. Have a great day. Enjoy your week. See you next time.